Hey guys, this is Jones from One Stop Mouse, and I'm sitting out in my back porch with an incoming thunderstorm because my wife's working at home and in the One Stop Mouse studio. So here's our rocking chair conversation. I just wanted to really quickly talk to you about information that was released this morning about the Disney Park Pass system. And I'm just gonna basically read it and make a few comments. The big news with this whole Park Pass system, though, are 3 dates that were thrown out there. Beginning June 22nd, Disney Resort and other select hotel guests with valid theme park admission will be able to make reservations. Beginning June 26th, annual pass holders without a resort stay can make reservations. And then beginning June 28th, existing ticket holders can make reservations. Plan ahead for your next park visit. Magic Kingdom Park and Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, of course, will begin a phased reopening on July 11th, with Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios reopening on July 15th. To manage attendance during this reopening period, while also helping guests plan ahead before their arrival, they are introducing the new Disney Park Pass system. During this time, all guests with valid admission will be required to make a reservation in advance for each park entry using this new online tool. Let me turn this around just in case we have any comments to this live stream. I know it's impromptu, but I don't want to cut you out. Okay, so there I am. So interesting information. The Disney Park Pass system will be available pretty soon. It's still not available to guests. And booking dates will vary based on their plans. And those are the 3 dates I gave you, the 3 dates in June, the 22nd, 26th, and 28th. Park reservations will be available through September 26th of 2021 based on your resort stay and ticket eligibility or ticket eligibility window. And if you go to the official Disney Parks blog, you will actually see a link that will give you this whole thing. I just printed this out. This is new news, and it's not giving us all the details for this either. If you booked a vacation package, your ticket eligibility is tied to your package travel dates. To make a park reservation for a different date, be sure to modify your vacation package dates. If you have a room-only reservation at a Disney resort or other select hotel for a stay in 2021, please call the Disney Reservation Center or call your travel agent beginning on June 24th to upgrade to a vacation package with tickets, then make your theme park reservation. Want to book a new vacation? By June 28th, all guests will be able to purchase new Disney Resort Hotel packages and theme park tickets and make their park reservations for arrivals starting in 2021. As our phased reopening continues, guests will be able to view park reservation availability online prior to purchasing their tickets. Later this summer, we will resume sales of 2020 tickets and Disney Resort Hotel arrivals based on availability of park reservations, while we continue to provide guests with existing tickets and annual pass holders the opportunities to make park reservations for 2020 dates. So obviously they are trying to clear out the clutter of all of those people who either had tickets or are annual pass holders, and then getting down to people who want to buy new tickets, which makes sense. To get started, you'll need a valid park admission that's linked to your Disney account. This is all going to go through the My Disney Experience app. When you begin to make a reservation, you'll be prompted to create your party from your family and friends list. Select a date and park. Choose the date and the theme park that you'd like to visit for the available reservation, and then review and confirm your plans. Reservations are limited and subject to availability and not guaranteed until a reservation is finalized. At this time, guests will be able to select one park per day. So there ain't going to be no park hopping. Visiting more than one park per day will be temporarily unavailable upon the reopening of the theme park due to attendance limitations. A park reservation must be made for each day of entry. If you have a multi-day ticket, you will be required to make a park reservation for each day of your visit. Obviously, they are going to cap the attendance for how many people they're going to let into the parks per day. And so even if you have a ticket, you've got to make a reservation for that particular day where you can only do one park per day, so they can basically figure out, okay, we've reached this many people for Animal Kingdom for today, and we can't let anybody else in there. And that's the way that they're going to start out the process. We highly recommend that you make your park reservation as soon as you complete your ticket purchase. So realize it's 2 steps. You get online, you buy your ticket, then you've actually got to make it's not going to be attached to a date, like date-based tickets were before. You have a ticket that's just floating around, but then you have to make a reservation for that particular day, and you can only go to one park per day. They highly recommend that you make your park reservation as soon as you complete your ticket purchase, obviously, so that you can go on the date that you have the time to go and you want to go, and availability can change, obviously. So they're sort of looking ahead on that. So here's some more of the fine print that I was reading. It's almost time for magic as we prepare for the reopening of Walt Disney World theme parks starting July 11th with Magic Kingdom Park and Disney's Animal Kingdom, and followed July 15th by Epcot and Disney's Hollywood Studios. And I'm actually going to go in just a little earlier than those dates because they're having cast member previews, and cast members can actually let in a few guests with them. We're taking a deliberate approach that includes limits on attendance and controlled guest density to align with guidances from health and government authorities on physical distancing. We're also using technology to power creative solutions as we develop new ways for guests to visit the most magical place on Earth in this unique environment. To manage attendance during this reopening period, we are introducing the new Disney Park Pass system, which I just mentioned. During this time, all guests with a ticket or annual pass will be required to make a reservation in advance for each park. Like I said, you buy a ticket, but it's not attached to a date, then you have to make a reservation and then you can only be in one park per day because they have to know how many people they have before they cut it off, because they're gonna cap the attendance. Here are a few important details to know about the new system. You'll need a My Disney Experience account, as this is where your Walt Disney World Resort plans are stored and managed. And this will be the only way you'll actually, in order to do some of this, you'll need a My Disney Experience account. I know not everybody is tech savvy, so if you are not tech savvy and you don't know how to use My Disney Experience, you're going to find that this, most especially, is going to be attached to that whole My Disney Experience process that a lot of people are very familiar with. If you're not familiar with it, you can get online and look at it. If you need some help from a relative or from a neighbor or something who, somebody's a little bit more tech savvy, I suggest you do that if you're gonna plan a Disney trip, anytime between now and the rest of 2020, because you're really going to need to use this process. You'll need a My Disney Experience account. You'll also need a valid theme park ticket or annual pass that's linked to your My Disney Experience account. If you have hey Isabel, what's going on? Isabel, my good buddy, I'm sorry. I know it's been a weird day. It's been depressing in some ways with some Disney announcements, but it's been cool in other ways. So hopefully we'll see each other at those previews. Let me know when you're gonna go. Let's see. So you need a My Disney Experience account, a valid theme park ticket or annual pass, and then it says if you have a Disney Resort hotel reservation, be sure to link it to your Disney Experience account beforehand as well. All things that people are familiar with in using My Disney Experience, but it's going to be more important than ever. And then there's another step to the process besides that, which is you've got to make a reservation, only one park per day, for that ticket, and you want to do that right away. If you call up the Disney Reservation Center, if you aren't tech savvy, if you have any problems, if you call up the Disney Reservation Center, they have an internet help desk and they can help you through that process as well. Once you've logged into your My Disney Experience account and linked your ticket, you'll have access to a calendar of available reservation dates. You're gonna see a calendar, and for days that are not available, they're gonna be grayed out, and then you're gonna have yellow days and green days. I know. Let me see what this says here. So you'll have access to a calendar of available reservation dates for each theme park. If you have a multi-day ticket, you'll be required to make a park reservation for each date of your visit. So like I said, just because you have the ticket doesn't mean you have the reservation. And this reservation thing isn't like anything that you Disney pros are used to. You're used to getting the ticket and doing everything that you're doing, but now there's a separate reservation, so the park can basically count how many people they have in Magic Kingdom for Tuesday, so they can basically cut it off and not let in anybody else. Let's see. Thanks for the facts. Definitely subscribing and liking. Thank you so much, Senent. Hope you're having a good day. It's getting a little bit stormy here in Orlando. There's a big thunderstorm brewing. I know I'd be running for cover if I were in Magic Kingdom right now. Please note, park reservations are limited in number. That's how they cap the attendance. And subject to availability. Availability can change until the reservation is finalized. So, like they said, you get that ticket, and as quickly as you can, like trying to make fast passes, which are not available right now, I hope you know. Fast passes are reservations of a sort, obviously. If you have a fast pass on this day for this ride or whatever. So I don't know if you are aware of this, but the whole Fast Pass Plus system has been suspended, at least for now. No fast passes. And if you buy a ticket, whether it's a single day or a multi-day, you have to make an additional step, an additional reservation for each day, and you can only be in one park per day. So that's the way that it's going. Please note, park reservations are limited in number and subject to availability. Availability can change until the reservation is finalized. At this time, guests will be able to select one park per day, as I keep saying. Visiting more than one park per day will be temporarily unavailable upon the reopening of the theme parks due to attendance limitations. Guests with existing tickets that include the Park Hopper option or Park Hopper Option Plus have options available to them for ticket modifications and cancellations, and can visit disneyworld.com/updates for more information. So they're basically telling you you can't hop from park to park, but they're not telling you right here, at least for now, what the options are, but they're saying, sorry people who have park hopper tickets, but go to this link and we'll try to, make it right for you. And Disney's really good with that, but don't exactly know what that mystery is right now. We hope to bring back the ability to visit more than one park per day soon, and we'll continue to offer these add-ons for 2021 ticket purchases. So if you want to buy a ticket right now well, actually you can't do it right now until the 28th. Starting on June 28th, when you're able to buy a ticket for 2021, they are offering the park hopper option on there. So, to review, June 22nd, Disney Resort and other select hotel guests with valid theme park admission can make a reservation. Beginning June 26th, annual pass holders without a resort stay can make reservations. And beginning June 28th, as I just said, existing ticket holders can make reservations. I got it. So on the 22nd, Disney Resort and other select hotel guests with valid theme park admission can make it. So these 3 dates these are just for reservations. So I kind of read over that quick. These 3 dates, June 22nd, 26th, and 28th, they are not dates that you can buy new tickets on. They are only dates on which you can make reservations. It is a new process where you need a ticket and then a whole other add-on that's never been available before, and you really need to be able to use My Disney Experience, which is a reservation. So I buy a ticket, but then I got to make a reservation for that day so they can cap the attendance. And these 3 dates, the 22nd, 26th, and 28th, are just dates at which you can begin to make reservations if you already hold a ticket. So if if I'm staying in a Disney resort, and have theme park admission, I can start making reservation if I already have the ticket and staying in a resort on June 22nd. On the 26th, if I'm an annual pass holder without a resort stay, I can start making reservations. And on June 28th, if I already have tickets, I can start making reservations for later this year and into next year. This isn't even talking about people who don't have tickets, so that's going to be coming up when you can actually buy new tickets if you're not holding them. So that's very interesting too. Very interesting. For existing ticket holders and annual pass holders, beginning this week, we will reach out to existing ticket holders and annual pass holders with more information and when they'll be able to check availability to make their park reservations. We will open the Disney Park Pass system, which I was just discussing, and those dates, to these guests in phases, beginning with those with future Disney Resort and other select hotel stays, which I was just talking about. They'll start doing that first on the 22nd. Later this summer, we will resume sales of 2020 tickets. That's the whole thing they didn't discuss. They're not even talking about or giving any dates to when they're going to start selling new tickets. They're just saying later this summer, whenever that is. So if you have a ticket, if you're staying in a resort and you have a package, or if you have tickets, or if you're an annual pass holder, keep your eyes open to those 3 dates, June 22nd, 26th, and 28th. If you aren't an annual pass holder and you're not staying in a resort and you don't have a ticket, you don't got anything, just keep your eyes open. Stay tuned to One Stop Mouse and we'll let you know when you can actually get a ticket and then make a reservation. Planning a trip for the next year. By June 28th, all guests will be able to purchase a new Disney Resort hotel package and theme park tickets and make their park reservations for arrival starting in 2021. Interesting. Okay, so according to this, slightly confusing, but it all wraps up to this. On June 22nd, if you have a resort package already and tickets, you can start making reservations for particular dates, which is another process. On the 26th, if you're an annual pass holder without a resort stay, you can start that separate process of making reservations. On the 28th, existing ticket holders, if you already have a ticket, you can start making reservations. And on the 28th as well, everyone can start making reservations, can start purchasing tickets for 2021 and making reservations for 2021. So the gap here is, if you do not have an existing resort package, if you are not an annual pass holder, and you do not have tickets that are still valid, that you've been moving the date along, or they're saying would be valid towards future dates. If you don't have anything and you want to start a new trip, they are not giving any information out yet as to when you could buy a ticket to try to go to the parks in this year, in 2020. So if you want to go to the park in 2020, you still don't know anything. Only if you have one of those three things already and then can make a reservation. All right, got through that. Let's see who we have here. Hello everyone. Hey Mouse Talk, how you doing? Nice to hear from you. If you haven't checked out Mouse Talk, he has a really great channel. Please go to that and check it out. That is Walt, my sort of indirect friend who shouts me out once in a while. Hope to have subscribers like he has someday soon, but he really works hard. It's hard to do what he does, where you literally are putting stuff out every day in multiple ways, not just his channel, but on other channels as well. So, Walt, we were basically just discussing the new Disney Park Pass system. And basically it comes down to, there are 3 dates that they've thrown out: June 22nd, June 26th, and June 28th, where if you have an existing resort stay package, if you're an annual pass holder without a resort stay, or if you have tickets that you haven't been able to use yet, how beginning on those dates you'll be able to make a reservation, which is a whole other element of it now, for specific days so that they can cap the attendance. And the gap in this whole thing is, and then on the 28th, if you don't have anything and you want to plan a trip for 2021, you can begin to do that too. But the gap is, if you're someone who's not a pass holder, doesn't have an existing resort stay package, and does not have tickets that you haven't been able to use yet, they're not saying anything about being able to go and buy new tickets so that you can get into the park. As some of you may know from watching my little update that I did last night, they just canceled the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party dates, all of them, at Disney World for this year, for 2020, because it's pretty hard to, have the Sanderson sisters show and have the Booty You parade, and do all these social distancing things. So they just pulled the plug on it. I don't know, I'm holding my breath. I would like to think that the Christmas party could happen, but the world is just different right now. Let's see, Mouse Talk. Yeah, not sure I'm very happy with what's been announced. Things are changing. Ugh. Yeah, Walt, they are. I mean, You know, I moved down here a year ago to start this channel, and literally right in this direction, I have some trees in my little backyard where I can see over the tips of the trees the Magic Kingdom fireworks every night when the park was open. And it was so great to be able to just go to the park anytime I felt like it, you know, as an annual pass holder. And now I'm just sort of like a shut-in. I'm a shut-in on my back porch doing my YouTube channel and not being able to go to the park. Oh, look, I have One Stop Mouse shirts that I just did. So at some point in the future, I don't know, this is one of those ones that are like athletic shirts. I figured I wouldn't sweat a lot in the parks. At some point, I'll make those available. Let's see, what does Walt have to say? Yep, we moved down here literally on March 13th, and 3 days later, all hell broke loose, and now it's all different, crazy. Yeah, Walt, I saw that. I was actually going to ask you about that. My wife and I moved down here last May of 2019, and I did, you know, I watch your channel a lot, but I missed some. But I saw you, you know, I see you in your house doing streams and everything, and then I saw you at Disney Springs, and then you saw, and I was like, I thought he like lived up north somewhere. So how is he must be local now. So that's interesting. So you're local, so we're both local. I hope that I bump into you sometime. I'll be sure to wear a One Stop Mouse shirt so that you know who I am under my breath mask. I usually have sort of like a Florida meshy hat on, not this. This hat would kill me in the summertime. That should be a very interesting process. I don't know how any of you guys have been. I'm sure I'll see you in the parks. Yes, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will. And I hope I do. You are, Mouse Talk has a very cool channel, and the reason I like your channel, Walt, you seem like the guy next door. You seriously do. Do you remember in like the old Roseanne show where like was it the Roseanne show? No, it was that other show. There's that other show. One neighbor would talk to another over the backyard fence. Walt's very much like that with Disney. So very familiar, you'll see if you tune into that channel. So that's why I like to just tune in for a little bit here and there, because it has a very good vibe. Let's see. James Ryan, what's up? James Ryan, who loves my hats. I'm glad you like them, James. Okay, James, I just want you to know, this is an Akubra hat from Australia, and it's the actual Indiana Jones design and construction that Harrison Ford wore. So it's on one of the Halloween parties one year at the Magic Kingdom. I went all out and cosplayed like Indiana Jones. I have to tell you though, this hat and a leather jacket in late September in Orlando, you're looking for some heat stroke trouble. I'm not doing that again. Let's see, what do we got? Cody, what's up? It looks like Florida is heading towards being the new epicenter of COVID-19. I really hope this doesn't push back any opening dates. Yeah, unfortunately, Florida, like a lot of places, you know, just because people are impatient, and it's not just impatience. I don't want to be shallow here. It's not just impatience. You know, people want to get back to life. People need to get back to their jobs. You know, I'm on unemployment right now, and I know the Unemployment Care Act expires the end of next month. You know, we can't be shut-ins forever and not be able to work properly forever. However, just because we have those needs and wants and we're impatient doesn't mean that this virus has gone away, and it hasn't. And unfortunately, since Florida has opened, we've been spiking in COVID-19 numbers, and that's not good. Disney is being smart and patient, and they have their fingers in a lot of other pies where they can make money, and they're watching what's going on with the other parks, knowing that you know, we don't even know. Those other parks, SeaWorld and Universal, they might have to shut down if it keeps spiking. And it'll be a lot cheaper to not have to re-close. James, hey Walt, I like your, I like your hat collection. Mouse Talk, when you open up, there's going to be more interaction and more exposure, so the number spiking is, yeah, you're absolutely right. And I mean, I think that's why Disney was really smart to do what they did. But of course, you know, I mean, I know, Walt, you've gone to Disney Springs. I've seen that. I was going to go to Disney Springs, but, you know, I'm one of those people that has some health conditions. So I've got a couple of things, including diabetes, and I'm 58 years old, and amongst other things, and my doctor was basically like, you're one of those at-risk groups, so you know, if you don't really have to go, don't go. And so I haven't gone to Disney Springs. I am going to be going to Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom as a +3 with some cast members on July 8th and 9th, and then another preview for Epcot and Hollywood Studios on July 13th and 14th. And I will be maxed up, and I will probably be live streaming, but I didn't want to risk it for Disney Springs. But as Walt just said, the risk might be higher for all I know when I go at that point. Mouse Talk, I've gone to Universal and Disney Springs multiple times, and for the most part, people have done a very good job of social distancing and wearing their masks, but not everyone. Yeah, it looked like I didn't see when you went to Universal. I saw when you went to Disney Springs. I think I saw Josh and Jenna's, one of their streams from Universal for Resort TV 1 and Tim Tracker, and it looked like people were being pretty good. I don't know. I mean, you know, when the UPS man comes with like Amazon packages, or when I've had to go to like Lowe's or Home Depot, Lowe's or Walmart locally here, it's like maybe about 2/3 of the people are wearing masks and socially distancing properly. I think if Disney does some fun things to not make it seem too authoritative, you know, tongue-in-cheek, like supposedly the way that they had stormtroopers at Disney Springs telling people to social distance, I think that would be a really good approach. What was that? Mouse Talk. So anyway, this is the latest update on the whole Park Pass system, which just tells you when you can make those reservations, which is a whole new thing, which will involve a calendar on your My Disney Experience app, where they have grayed out areas for dates that aren't available for reservations, and then green and yellow ones. It doesn't really explain in here all about that. I'll have to look into that further. Obviously, the green is when there's some available, and the gray is no good, and the yellow, I have no idea what that is. I mean, almost full or something like that. I will keep you guys up to date on all of this, and I'll probably be doing there was another thing that went out today, which I did not actually see on the Disney site, and I did not see it on the Disney blog, but it was it was a blog, a Disney blogger basically said that Disney tours and experiences would not be available for some time, and he was citing that off of a Disney site. I went and looked, and I didn't see that anywhere. However, that's sort of moot. Just like we were expecting that they'd probably have to not have the Halloween party, because how are you going to have the Sanderson Sisters show, and how are you going to have a parade and all of that with social distancing? It's also kind of hard, given the parameters of social distancing, to have tours, you know, go on a Keys to the Kingdom tour with 15 people who all have to be sort of in earshot of this guy, their cozy little groups. And some of these tours where you're driving around, I kind of knew that was going to have to be on hold for a little till they figured that out. So that wasn't really new news, but I do know some people that got upset at seeing that this morning from that blog site, that the tours and experiences were going to be on hold for a little bit, you know, like Dolphins in Depth at Epcot and Keys to the Kingdom, stuff like that. Have to head out and prepare for a stream. Thanks for coming and sharing the info. Take care, everyone. Same to you. Say goodbye to Mouse Talk, everyone, and please check out his channel. That's Walt at Mouse Talk, and I am sure to be checking out his stream in a little while. Oh yeah, 5:15. So I believe Walt's got a stream at like 6 o'clock, so I'll probably go and check that out myself. All right, guys, enough said, as Stan Lee used to say. That is what I know so far about the Disney Park Pass system. The cancellation for all of the 2020 dates of the Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween parties, and the delay of any experiences. Also, obviously, if you think about it, for the experiences, if they're being really careful with capping attendance and making you reserve things each day, and they've gotten rid of fast passes, which is a way of making a reservation. Experiences are also a way of making a reservation, so it all makes sense. They're just building it step by step. Okay, I'll be back soon, guys. Until then, we'll see you real soon. And thanks, Cody. I'll give you a call soon. I haven't talked to you in a while. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you finally collected unemployment. See you real soon, guys.